Many gamers would agree that Mario is the king of 3D platformers with amazing titles like Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and even Super Mario Sunshine had its charm. Of course, where this all began was with the Super Mario 64, one of the most important games in the gaming industry. And we also mentioned in a previous episode of the Gaming Gallery, there were plans to create a true sequel to Super Mario 64. However, Super Mario 64 2 was the only attempt at a sequel. I'm your host today, I'm GreenCobrasGaming, and in today's episode, we'll be discussing Super Mario 128. Before we get started, you may be asking what kind of name is Super Mario 128? Come on guys. Well, allow Professor Koba to educate you. 64 times 2 equals 128. The name Super Mario 128 was first mentioned by Nintendo Power in 1997, the same year I was born, as the possible name for a Super Mario 64 sequel. It's currently unclear whether Nintendo Power was referring to Super Mario 64 2 or a completely separate project. But in Space War 2000 we got our first and only glimpse at Super Mario 128. This tech demo was created as a way to show off the power of the Nintendo GameCube. 128 AI controlled Marios would take apart a giant 8-bit Mario and roll each other off a cliff. Pretty morbid when you really think about it. The demo also showed that you could control the terrain and spin the platform. But arguably the most important part of the demo is when the platform becomes a giant, delicious pizza. Who doesn't like pizza? Come on. Even Mario likes pizza. The demo was well received for showing just how much more powerful the GameCube was compared to the Nintendo 64. But our story doesn't end there, because 1 year later at Space War 2001, Super Mario Sunshine was announced, and many fans initially believed Sunshine to be the result of 128, but Miyamoto suggests otherwise. In the case of Mario, obviously we were doing work on Mario 128 demo that we were showing at Space World. Separately, we were doing work on Experiment, but that made into Mario Sunshine. Super Mario 128 would then follow a trend of not being shown off at E3. There was a brief glimmer of hope from Reggie Fils-Aimé in 2005, which didn't happen, of course. However, in September of the same year, Shigeru Miyamoto revealed that Super Mario 128 would feature a brand new character working with Mario, and that game played a large role in developing the Nintendo Wii. Similar to how Super Mario 64 helped shape many aspects of the Nintendo 64, these comments led many people to believe that Super Mario 128 had become Super Mario Galaxy, known as one of the best Mario games after Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is also a sequel to that game. A major gameplay feature of 128, spear walking, did play a large role in Galaxy, and Galaxy also featured Rosalina, one of the best characters in a Mario game ever, a brand new character helping Mario, but this doesn't seem to be the case because Miyamoto said so. Of course he said so. So if Super Mario Galaxy isn't 128, what happened? Well, in 2006, Miyamoto confirmed that Super Mario 128 was no more. But that's not the end of the story. While it is true that ideas from Super Mario 128 did make their way into other games, spear walking appearing in Super Mario Galaxy and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and physics technology used in Galaxy and the Metroid Prime games. One game in particular seemed to have been influenced by Super Mario 128 more so than any other game.
So when people ask me what happened to Mario 128, I'm always at a loss as to how to answer. Because actually most of you have already played it. But you played it in a game called Pikmin. See, this game featured one element of Mario 128 that allowed a large number of characters to operate independently and as a group with some advanced AI. But of course, if I were to tell you all that this is what happened to Mario 128, I think you'd all be pretty angry. So of course, you'll be experiencing another element of Mario 128 fairly soon. In Super Mario Galaxy, you'll be playing on numerous spherical stages. And this was one of the experiments that we were conducting at the time of Mario 128. And the power of the Wii has finally allowed us to bring this experiment to reality. Please take a look.
As we can see from Miyamoto's GDC 2007 keynote speech, Super Mario 128 eventually became Pikmin, which makes sense considering they both share the same idea of controlling a large number of characters. In 2003, the idea of controlling a large number of characters would find its way back into the Mario series with the release of Mario and Luigi's Dream Team. That's all for today. If you want more gaming trivia, there's a special button right below the video with your name on it. Assuming, of course, your name is subscribed. I've been your host for today, GreenCobrasGaming. If you'd like to hear me talk about more Mario games, there's a link to my Super Mario Galaxy 2 Let's Play on screen for your clicking of convenience. And also I've been recording with my new microphone, the Blue Yeti, so you should check it out. My Super Mario Galaxy 2 Let's Play. So yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, and remember that in our hearts we are true gamers.